Hello and welcome to the Impact Dynamics podcast.
I'm Andy Little.
My name is Rusty.
I've learned so I don't need something in my body.
And I've learned that you need to plug cables in for microphones to work. Let's go!
Let's do it.
Mash director, mate. Mash director. Hello, Andy.
Hooray!
Hooray. Hope that's enough.
We need your vote.
Now we've caught up to where we are on the podcast.
All right, go on back.
Roll the outro. I really want to touch on what you talked about in the intro there, Andy. But I guess, Andy, it's been a long time. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm doing well, considering a few things.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
We'll consider those things shortly.
Yeah.
Josh is here. How are you?
I'm
Josh.
here. Things are working now much better.
That's good.
Much
That's
better.
good.
We had, for those who are listening or watching on YouTube and not live, we had some challenges with this the start of this episode. So
I may have switched some cables.
yeah, Andy kicked a few things and bits and pieces. But anyway, you had something removed from your orifices, I believe. Is this correct?
Yeah. I had a impending appendix issue.
Impending appendix problem?
Something like that.
That's, yeah, okay.
Yep. No longer a problem.
No longer a
It
problem.
has been removed.
Okay. Your whole appendix is gone.
Is gone. Just in time for finale too.
Perfect timing.
Fantastic.
That's not great.
No,
I mean,
no.
appendix is one of those things. It's not a massive deal, is it? Like,
No, it's not a massive
when you're
deal.
still
So-
here, when was this? This is like an hour ago. You got it cut out, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I was like,
Okay.
meds. Who needs? I've got a glass of vodka.
That's right. Get stuck in your glass of
That'll
vodka.
kill everything.
It's good for you. Yeah, it'll sort everything out in there, won't it? That's right. Okay. When did you? How long
So,
ago did this all?
I was
begin?
only about 2 days ago.
Wow. Okay. That's when you had it out, or that's
yeah.
when you started feeling the pain.
Had it out. And it was about a day and a half before that started feeling a bit uncomfortable and weird stuff was happening. So, yeah, straight off to ED and
Away you go.
yeah,
Snipped out.
it's all over now.
Right. Well, we were going to do a big episode about preparing for finale because you're where were you sitting on the PRS table?
Eighth
currently?
now. I
Eighth.
got knocked down a couple.
Well, you don't show it to some matches. That's going to happen, mate.
Yeah, I know.
You don't not to show it to match and start going up the.
No, that's right.
Okay, so you're still in the top 10. That's good.
Yep.
And we were going to talk about what you're doing to prep and doing bits and pieces, but not so much now. Or what's the story?
I'm still prepping, and like before my appendix flared up, I was in the zone. So I did go to the range. I did my last little bit of load dev, did some practice.
Yep.
Made a rookie mistake. So my
By
plan.
putting a pistol into a tripod, is that the rookie mistake?
No, that was awesome.
Okay,
That
we'll
was-
come back.
that
We'll
was
come
good
back to that.
fun.
Say that for later.
So my plan was on the Saturday, head up to the range, really knuckle down, get my load dev sorted, velocities, confirm out to 500.
Yep.
I only put down about 50 rounds with my match rifle. I took my 223 as well. I was like, I'll just get some good trigger time on my
course.
223, run some practice stages because as everyone knows, I've been away for work for a
Yeah,
while. I haven't
yeah.
been shooting for ages.
Seen for ages, man. We've been running combination bank shows and
Yep.
and plushie shows,
Yeah.
angry plushie shows mostly.
That's it.
Yeah, and so it's good to have you back here.
Yeah. No, thank
Okay.
you.
And then
a fair bit's changed too.
I'm going sideways on this, but we are live as well. And Josh, you have to keep us updated on any comments that need to be referenced.
yes.
So we got anything there? Hello to everyone watching live as well.
Yeah, we've got Rosie asked if you got to take it home in a jar.
Yeah, no.
That's disappointing.
We're still
And
talking about the-
Ignition is impressed that there's not even a scar. They can't even see a scar on you.
It's-
amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, that's it. All right.
You got paid to see that.
Onlyfans.com/Andy Little. Is that correct?
I don't know. Something might come up.
That's right. Otherwise, you can go to angryplushie.com and in a matter of days, you'll be able to buy angry plushie photos. But we'll get onto there's more there.
that's
You were talking about doing a rookie mistake.
Yeah, so I took the 223, get some real trigger time, try and, sort out a bit of decent practice.
Yep.
Pulled it out.
Forgot the bolt.
No, had the
Forgot
bolt,
the ammo.
had the ammo,
Forgot the scope.
had the scope.
Forgot the barrel.
No, got the barrel. It stays on the rifle.
Okay. All right. You're one of those people. Leave your barrel on the rifle.
Yeah. None of this swap it out, change it out, switch
Okay.
barrel
All right.
nonsense. Probably one more critical
Magazine?
item. Yeah.
You forgot your magazines.
No mags.
Ah.
And I was like, well, this 223 training session's turned into a single load, single shot training session.
So slow as smooth as fast. Is that how it went?
Something like that. Yeah.
I bet.
So luckily it's just like an ACIS standard, mag system. So
Yep.
I used my 6 Creed mags, popped them in, and then it was just a
How
single
did
load.
you get single feed for
Yeah,
that. Okay, I was like, how did you make that work? But, okay.
It didn't work really. But no, I mean there was still plenty of drills I did run, and
A lot of single shot stuff for some reason.
yeah, which if you're on a tight budget and you want to save some money or save ammunition,
Yep.
forget your mags.
Okay.
Because I'd planned to go through like maybe 100 rounds that day or 223
Yeah.
and just like knuckle down. And I maybe went through about 30.
Yeah. Okay.
So good saving. Good
All
saving
right.
there.
Cool. So you got out. This is what would that be 2 weeks out from the finale?
Yep.
And you got out and had some practice.
Yep.
And
A
had
little
some
bit of
time.
practice.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sort of like, the final bit of my load dev, nailed in a seating depth. And that's pretty much all I could do. I had to play with my handgun.
Yep. You mounted it to a tripod from what I saw.
I did. And it's really good fun. Like I think, if you've got a tripod, you got a handgun with a certain attachment on like a pick rail.
Yep.
Do that because I was nailing like some 100 meter, 150 meter gongs. It was like with iron sights. It was tricky, but
good.
Satisfying.
Nice, man. Nice. Very, very, very exciting. All right, cool. So yes, finale is looming.
Yes.
But before we get on to that, you said there's been some changes here, some
Yes.
stuff's going on here.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, the set looks.
We have a different set. Oh yeah, by the way, we got a new set. Plus you was here the other week for
Yeah,
it, but
yeah.
we got a new set, Andy.
Oh, it
Do you
looks
like
fantastic.
it?
I love it.
Josh, we
Really
had some new lights. You'd be excited about those.
We do.
The lighting
They-
effect.
Much nicer than last time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Always
good.
improving.
Always improving. That's
it.
Very good. Anything else new that you want to make comment on?
I purchased a new scale.
Wow.
Yeah.
Powder dispensing system.
Whoa, you've gone from a scale to a system now.
It is really a system.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not just a scale.
You've upped the ante.
I've upped the ante.
You've upped the ante, Andy.
Yes. I was throughout my like load development process, I was finding that auto trickling powder out
Yep.
to then put it on a balance beam to confirm it.
What were you using before?
So a Chargemaster Light,
Okay.
which has served me really well for
Doesn't sound like from what you just said.
for a few years. It has for a few years, you know, knocking out bulk ammo, sort of, getting that 0.1 to 0.1.5 grain accuracy.
Yep.
And
okay.
For its price point, and if you want to just punch out a bit of ammo, great. But when I want to try and do load dev and really nail in, a load, and you're spending heaps of extra time to get that dispensed powder to then put it into a balance beam and either put in a couple of kernels or take a couple of kernels out,
Yeah.
I'm like,
What's the point?
what am I doing?
What is the point? Yeah.
And-
Powder droppers. Yeah, the way to go.
Yeah, so I threw a bit of extra cash out there, and one popped up, a used one. I'm going to get this wrong. A&D FXI 120 something.
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 Sounds good. Version 3.
Version
auto
3
trickler.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The auto trickler.
Because everyone's now sort of eyeing off the version 4. Are they
That's
out
right.
yet, or are they
I believe they're
impending?
out.
They're out?
No,
Okay.
Yeah, I believe some of
So
them are
that's
out.
where you've upgraded, you've made it work. Did you get it for good price?
I think so.
You scammed it well?
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things you don't see them pop up too often.
Okay.
So
You
I
gotta
was
jump on
like-
it pretty quick.
You do have to jump on them pretty quick.
Okay, yeah.
And I thought, well, the bloke who was selling it, he's already upgraded to the version 4, so
Yep.
didn't need the 3.
Did you know the guy out of interest?
No, I don't believe I do.
Okay.
But
All right.
I'll ask him. Yeah.
Hey, do I know you?
I don't know. Well, it's funny because some people I talk to, they don't know who I am for a while, and then
Oh,
and then
they
they
don't know who I am.
nah,
Here's Andy.
and then
Or-
before you know it, they might Google me or whatever, and it's like, oh, you're that Andy. How you going?
they might Google you.
Yeah.
Do you get Googled a lot, Andy?
On OnlyFans.
That's not good. That's not Google. Okay.
But-
So Josh has left the building.
Yeah. See you, Josh.
All right. See you. Bye, Josh. I was gonna ask Josh a question, but I was gonna see if he can find out how many times you've been Googled in the last week. Okay, good.
but
All
anyway.
so people Google you a lot. This is
Yeah,
what I'm
they
taking
must
from
do.
the.
Yeah.
I guess that's the episode title.
Well, no, they don't because
People
they don't know who
Google
I
me.
am. I get Googled.
You get Googled. All right, very good.
But yeah, no, it's where were we?
I have no idea. We're talking about
Scales.
powder scales.
Powder scales,
So what is
dispensing.
do you know what the V4 gives you over the V3?
I believe the version 4, instead of having the powder funnel and it was like a drop system,
Mm-hmm.
I believe the version 4 is similar to a rotary tube.
Okay.
But it does,
Feeds into it.
but it's like bulk. Like it just does a lot more
Oh,
volume,
okay.
a lot quicker.
Yeah, right.
So instead of it measuring and dropping powder. It just has still a rotary feed, but it's just bulk dumps a fair bit.
Okay.
And I think the way they went that way is so you can put in whatever grains you want, and then that bulk just automatically adjusts. But with the dropper system, you have to adjust
you've got
that
to
original,
go back and forth,
set that original first drop amount, which doesn't really bother me because I'm really only loading for 2 cartridges.
You're not that great a shooter anyway, so
No.
it doesn't really have a big impact.
No, that's it. Whatever.
Whatever.
So I'm really only loading for one rifle at the moment.
Yeah.
To be honest, I do have others, but
Yeah, and you'll happily take the time that this perhaps the V4 would save you a bit extra, but you'll happily take that. I mean, you're going from a bloody auto thrower with a balance beam and a trickler to
something and
might actually take care of it for you. So it's a good upgrade anyway.
no, that's it. And it is one of those things that to save time sometimes does cost money.
Yeah,
but
100%.
In this sport, when you do spend a lot of time reloading and a lot of money going to matches, you want your ammo to be.
You want it to all work.
You want it to be working, and you want enough time to then go on and
absolutely
dry fire practice.
I was going to ask you all about that actually, but getting ready. So you've upgraded your powder thing. You've done a bit of a practice thing.
Yep.
So we're a week. No, we're just over a week. In fact, like tomorrow will be a week to finale practice.
Yep.
Holy crap!
Yeah, I know. It's all happening.
So this will go out on Sunday. So by the time this goes out, it'll be even less.
Ooh.
It'd be a week and finale would have been finished. Oh, how do you feel about that, Josh?
Yep. Nah.
Yep, nah.
Yeah.
Okay. If you turn
Gone
into
way too quickly.
You turn into crispy all of a sudden. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, nah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. It's
That's way too soon.
It has all happened. So finale coming up. So in this next week, will you do anything? Will you drive fire? Are you away for work? Are you not able to do much?
Yeah. So I'm back this week. Yeah. And luckily, well, it's sort of bittersweet situation.
Yeah.
Because of my
your guts.
Yeah. Because
you
of my
can't even lift
appendix.
your rifle up.
No, I'm sort of restricted on how much weight I should be moving around.
Is that glass too heavy with that much vodka in it?
It's touch and go. That's why I'm trying to get it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you feel like you need to just lick it out, like lap it up like a dog, go for it, because then you'd have to pick the glass. Do you want me to pick the glass up for you? Here you go.
Champagne
I'm here to
showers.
help. I'm here to. No, don't hold it. I don't want you to ruin your appendix. I'm just trying to help you out, all right?
I can just sense I'm going to end up well after this.
That was the goal. That was the goal. Just going to pour vodka all over you and throw a cigarette lighter at you.
Ooh.
Anyway, that's it was going to make for good content, all right?
Getting hot in here.
Good video.
Good to have you back, Andy.
And then Nick at Ignition, who was complaining about not being able to see your scar, might be able to see it if your shirt burns off. Then more people would Google you.
Yeah.
That would be exciting. Righto. So finale. So
in terms of my practice,
can't do much.
I don't think I'll be doing too much.
So what do you actually like? Are you going to finale? Are you going to shoot? What are you going to do?
Well,
you're going to make someone else carry your rifle around. You just pull the trigger on it.
Probably something like that. Yeah.
Great. Josh, you're free that weekend.
I'm actually. Yeah.
So depending how my recovery goes and how I'm feeling, I'm still going to load up. I'm still going to prep and everything because that finale was part of a bigger trip that my partner and I are taking.
Oh, okay.
So we're putting in still all the effort to go over. We're doing Great Ocean Road, Mornington Peninsula. So we're doing a decent trip after it. So I'll still go to the finale. Depending on how I go, whether some of the because I'd still like to shoot and have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
You
might have some stages where you're just like, I can't do that.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I might jump behind a camera.
Oh, look out. Yep.
Yeah. Or if there are some stages that are, okay, just put the rifle down and, I'll do my thing. Or if it's a prone stage and you can start with the rifle already down, I'll just slowly crawl down and we'll just take it as it comes and see how I go.
All right. Well, best of luck, man. It's a crappy situation because you're in a good position there as sitting in eighth. That you could have made a good dent in it and try and work your way up, but
it's
perhaps not.
Is what it is.
As long as you enjoy yourself that weekend, I guess it's probably that level, isn't it?
Just go and have fun. That's it.
That's right, Josh. I had some questions for you actually about. I mean, finale is coming up.
What's your prep work look like?
Well, no, just wind things. I mean, actually, no, go ask away, man. Ask away. Go for it. Go on.
Have you charged all the camera batteries?
No, I have not.
Have you charged them for tonight?
No, they were not.
Have you got?
Are they charging? Yes, they are.
Have you got empty and formatted hard drives and discs?
No.
It's like a week out, man. He's got no job.
Okay.
We've
Righto.
still got stuff to film here.
Have you got more questions to ask? Because I was going to bring around to something.
Have you Googled me?
No. No, I don't want to see that side of the internet.
Can you Google him? You don't want that on your
I want to
search
see what
history.
pops up.
I'm going to Google you right now, Andy.
Oh, dear.
Can everyone question?
If you do it enough,
Um,
yeah.
Let's have a look. Oh, there's a message here from Josh, actually.
There
Andy
is.
needs to move to his right slightly. Is that better, Josh? Are you happy now?
No, I meant to say left.
Oh, Josh sends me messages through the show sometimes. and
On the
provides
screen,
some feedback.
it made sense.
Cool. I was going to look up Andy Little. Everyone watching live is just Googling Andy Little. What comes up? Andrew Little is a Northern Irish former footballer who played mainly as a forward. He's since then gone on to have his appendix removed and shoot PRS.
Sure.
Didn't know about this history of you. Andy, I'm sorry you're not as famous as you thought you were.
That's all right.
There is...
It's a niche market,
yeah.
really, isn't it? PRS. It's
Have you found the OnlyFans that I've heard where that's all at?
Andrew and Mafanway Little. Is there something about MIF at Ignition we don't know?
Nick?
Is this where you want to... Anyway, all right, we'll move on from that one pretty quick. There we go. All I'm getting is you're a FIFA character.
Cool.
Did you know you're in FIFA?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. All right, very good.
Oh, dear. Anyway,
Sorry, I was going to say
you're going to ask Josh some questions.
we hit 10,000 followers on our subscribers on
Whoa.
what is it? YouTube.
We did.
That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, I've got a button for it and everything.
In fact, actually, we hit 11,000 now.
Oh, wow.
By the time
Da, 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 da.
it's Josh and the team up here have been pushing really hard, and we've managed to go from like 4,000 to
Yeah.
11,000 in like 6 weeks or something.
Yeah,
That's
we
amazing.
doubled
It's-
it in
it's phenomenal. So
20-something days.
for all the guys who are watching and joined up stuff, thank you for doing so.
Yeah.
And the reason I wanted to bring up is we dropped a video the other day that Josh, you were involved in front of camera.
I know. It was very weird. Like very, very weird. Yeah,
Yeah. At least you didn't have to edit yourself.
that is true.
Yeah. that
I
was
did
fun.
have to edit my thumbnail though, and that was still weird.
Yeah.
That was weird. That was weird.
What was
enough.
really weird about that thumbnail is I took the photo.
I know.
That is super
You
weird.
took the photo of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is
Super
going on
strange.
here?
I know. It's all like
Backwards.
Yeah. It's Twilight Zone.
It's all going to
going
fall
on.
apart.
But the reason, speaking of photos, is that Josh to the last PRS match came along and had 7 prints
Yes.
for a what are those things called? Polaroid style print.
Yep. Yep.
And the reason he had 7 is that's all he had left, and he didn't want to buy another pack.
Because of my poor management.
Yeah.
So it has become a thing now.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
seems that he would like print off the 7 most interesting photos from the PRS
Nice.
match.
Yep.
So you're going to do the same thing for finale, Josh?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. I've
Cool.
even had a couple of people say that I should go back and do the season and go back through each
I don't
match.
know. I think that it's a cool thing to maybe go back and think about, but you lose the moment. You want it to be fresh. You want the stories to be
I
fresh.
have thought instead of doing that, doing one for the whole season, picking the best
now
photos
that's-
from
okay.
the season
Now
and
there's
putting
something,
them
yeah.
up.
Righto.
But the other thing that led on to talking about that all your photos from the year, or not all of them yet, but 3 of the matches and more about to drop,
Yes.
are up and available to be looked at.
Yes.
They
and
are.
downloaded.
I will drop a link in the comment section.
There are free versions of each photo,
Mm-hmm.
and then there are paid versions if you want the fancy high res if you plan on printing it out, or you could actually just order a wall mount, or
that's
whatever.
pretty
So if
cool.
there's a rad photo of you sporting
Yep.
an amazing beard,
That's it.
looking phenomenal, you could get that printed up on the wall.
Yeah.
In fact, Josh, have we got a photo from one of the matches of Andy looking phenomenal that we can print up and put on the wall here?
There might not be enough wall space.
Yeah. I was going to say, surely you got hundreds.
We need to do that, and then that's got to sit. Oh no, it should be
That should
side.
be in his
Yeah,
background.
so that Andy is in Andy's background.
Yes.
Can we make that happen tomorrow?
And if it's like a photo
sure
of
we
me
can.
like pointing.
Yeah, let's get a good
Yes.
one. And if not, we'll get one from the
We're-
finale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happening.
All right, perfect.
But you know why my beard looks so good?
I mean, yeah. Oh, here, this is the link. Oh, yeah, it's very
Yeah.
smooth. Because of this
'Cause-
deodorant.
Oh. Do you know why I smell so good?
because everyone watching can smell you so good. No,
I'm more interested to see you make your beard look good with the deodorant.
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah.
So,
Come on.
let's experiment. But we got to do the shout out first,
Yeah,
and then we'll do one after. The Bearded Chap is our sponsor, and they're a fantastic company based in Queensland. They make all sort of natural products, and this one here is the deodorant. They make beard oils, which is what I think Andy thought it was, but he.
I even looked
wrong.
at it before the
You
episode.
did look at it for a while before the episode. And they sponsor us, and you can go to beardedchap.com/impact or use the code IMPACT, and that will help the show out. It'll help the Bearded Chap out. And Luke, who's the owner, is also a shooter. Big into shotguns right at the moment.
Is it .com or .com.au?
It is .com. It is .com, Josh.
Oh, I was just
There you
checking. Just checking.
It's all right.
All
I
the-
think .com.au works as well, but .com is the website because they're an international brand and they ship
it.
all around the world. So that
look at them go.
that is a thing to do. So this is the deodorant.
Worldwide.
This is a great. Do you use this deodorant? I use this
don't.
deodorant. It's good.
But I've
for
got
you.
the oils.
Yeah, it is good. This is a lemon myrtle version. But you have said and claimed that this is the reason your beard looks so good. So I'm going to pass that across to you, and you are going to put that on your beard. I mean,
Everyone is watching you.
if I put what is it, hand sanitizer on my beard, you can.
It actually smells really nice.
It is so
Yeah.
good, isn't it? It is so good. There's no aluminium and all the junk. I don't have a script of what to say for this stuff. I just really like it, and it's very good.
It's
I hope
amazing.
Has this been used?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but no. What is that? It? That's it.
Yeah, it's just the mo and the.
Oh, is this just a?
You stroked your whole beard
I
before.
was waiting for a bit of this going on.
Yeah.
That actually smells amazing.
It does, doesn't it? And you just get like a little waft every now and then, and it's like, yum.
Oh, that's. I mean, like I'm sure there's reasons why that's probably not what you meant to do.
It's all
but
natural.
It's all natural.
It's all natural.
It's all natural.
It's all
Started a
natural.
new thing.
So
It's done. Easy.
I've done worse things on this podcast.
That's right. Yes.
Just that. Yeah, the hand sanitizer was way worse. That's not bad. That's not bad. Or was it Plushy did it, didn't he?
He did.
Hands.
Yeah.
You both
Hand
did it, and I'm
sanitizer.
pretty
We
sure
both
we
did.
watched Plushy's eyes melt out of his head.
So, recommendation, beardedchap.com. Grab this. This also works as beard. No, it doesn't.
Scent.
Beard scent. Beard oil. Anyway, there's good stuff. So check it out. They're good. And it's good to be supported by people who own businesses who are also shooters. So it's a good way to be.
And local to Australia.
And local to Australia, but anywhere in the world, you can grab it. So that's it. Well planned. Nice. Hey, finale's coming up. So from my side of things, it's all pretty busy getting all that finalised and all the bits and pieces done and dusted and trophies and
Yes.
all the stuff,
Flat
which
out.
is good. Trent's match director and it's looking. I mean, I haven't seen Course of Fire yet, but Trent
Yep.
writes a pretty solid Course of Fire.
No
so
doubt there will be tricky targets
there will be challenges.
and tricky obstacles.
Yep.
And hopefully the weather doesn't pour
the
down
Little
with
River
rain.
weather.
Yeah.
It's always a bit of a challenge.
Could
but
be a windy one, could be a wet one, could be both.
could probably be both.
Yeah.
Could probably. Has anyone looked at the weather for it? Josh, can you
No.
look at the weather for
We're
Little
a week
River
out,
next
so
Okay.
you might be able
week?
to
We
get
might
it.
start getting it. Hopefully, it's not just flooded. I mean, I've had a few people ask me that. They're like,
Yeah.
"I'm about to book accommodation. Is it flooded?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure we're good." Like, it's not all of Victoria that's been submerged.
No,
Like, it's only
just
only
95%.
parts. The one's close to river, which I guess this is a little river, so that could be challenging. But
Little River is now Big River.
it's changed.
There is no forecast for like the weekend, but from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all of them are showers.
So
It's
Solid.
not looking good.
okay.
Yeah, it could rain a lot now to dry up later.
Yeah, that's
So-
what it's doing. It's getting it all out before we get there.
That's right.
Yeah. Thanks very much, Victoria. That that is the way. Very good. Josh, what are you looking forward to finale?
Yeah, all the things. I like Little River Range.
Yeah.
It's nice. Has a very nice backdrop to it.
It does.
Yeah, it's going to be different this time around because it'll be one of the few matches this year that I'll have help.
You will have help.
I'm going to have
yeah.
help
Nice.
with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for those who don't realise that Josh is the main media dude and here and all that sort of gear, but there is a team of 3 people that work with him as well. And so one of them is one of the guys who does he does a bunch of the main YouTube channel videos that we do.
does.
He probably does the
He will
majority
be
of them.
editing this podcast.
He does all the podcasts, has done for the last year.
That poor guy.
I know. He knows you real well.
That's not good.
Unfortunately for him. And he's kind of coming along, and he came to Monado for a day or two.
Couple of days.
And look forward to us seeing. So the goal is, what are you hoping to achieve that weekend?
The goal is so all the photos and stuff will go up as per normal.
Yep.
But also to have a video that'll drop in the morning of each day, the middle of each day, and then a video at night.
Nice.
Just all through. There's just
And when you're talking about a
dropping
video,
and
I
dropping.
mean, it's not me putting a target up, which
No.
is currently on like 600,000 views on TikTok of me just setting a target up.
Wow.
No, this will be
like stage runs.
including a stage run, some stuff that's just, or it's literally start to tail of a stage run, or mash of people together, nice promo footage,
Yeah.
all of the things,
All
of the things over the weekend.
That will test your editing skills. Pretty smash me out quick.
Yeah, it will. He made a comment today actually with the weather, and he said, if it's raining lots, I'm just going to sit in a room and edit, and you can go out in the weather. I was like, cool. Thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy with that.
Yeah.
That's the way it's going to go. So that will be very good. I'm looking forward to it.
So I'm just thinking, going back to match prep as a shooter.
Oh yeah, that's thing.
Yeah, because it's like shooting podcast.
What?
What?
When? Since
What?
when?
Media?
Coffee?
Will there be, like, if you would have prepped for a couple of matches now, are there tried to?
In terms of as a shooter?
Yes. Two?
Oh, prepped might be a generous word, but yes, I've shot some matches, some bigger and some smaller ones. Yes.
Were there things that you wanted to do in before a match that you wish you had but you didn't? Does that make sense?
There are things that I know I should have done prior to a match. Yes. That I wanted to, if I really wanted to them, I would have done them.
Yeah, fair enough.
But for example, dry fire would have been very useful.
Yep.
If we're referencing the Darwin match, which was my first match and first dig at it, do I regret much about my prep before that match? Not really, because how's your vodka? You kept a very straight face for a good swig. there it is. There it is. Is there lots of stuff I regret? Probably just running rounds through to try and work on those magazine problems. But realistically, like for me and for you, we're at different points in that shooting career of competitions. So there's not a lot of stuff I'd be like, I wish I did this, I wish I did this. I can probably tell you where some of the things that would have had the biggest benefit for me. Right, so running some rounds through, running some actual stages through. I didn't shoot a stage with that rifle into a mock stage or anything. I shot prone, and then went to the match.
Yep.
And I didn't even shoot on the Friday I didn't even shoot off a barricade or anything. So I was going in
very fresh,
appropriately prepared for how I was expecting to do.
Yep.
But I could have spent a bit of time just doing that sort of shooting from a kneeling position with that rifle and stuff like that. Now, one of the things that I could say is that I shot that chassis in multiple other guns, 22 and 23 and a 6 Creedmoor, and the same chassis, different color, but same chassis. So and same scope and stuff. The configurations were all.
So you're quite familiar with the
familiar
feel
with
of it.
that. So I'm not sure how significantly that would have changed it. But getting used to the GT and sort of getting a bit of data. The one that would have had the biggest benefit for me would have been wind, spending some time reading some wind, doing that sort of thing, prepping that sort of gear. So that's what, if I was shooting at the finale, that's the biggest weakness I found. One, the feeding, which I believe I've improved on. I did a video actually after the Darwin match, and I looked at a few. I went back and watched through a few of my stages. I actually watched through pretty much all my stages, and the guys only put a few of them into the video because the other ones are pretty boring. But not very good. Yep, missed all of those ones. No. Don't know how to do that. But anyway, so they took the more interesting
constructive criticism. Yep.
Yeah, pretty terrible. No, I did actually analyse it. Maybe we'll put a longer form version of that out one day. But it was, be able to look at a few things and building positions, getting comfortable with that gun's always a good thing. But wind is probably where I dropped the most points.
Yeah.
And be that like overestimating the wind, like looking at it, going, that looks pretty windy. I better hold a whole lot. And I hold half mil to the left off the edge of the target, and that's where it goes.
Yep.
And you're like, Well, that didn't do what I thought it was going to do. So
Yep.
so not saying I was under the wind. Sometimes I was under, sometimes I was over. Most of the time I was nowhere near it.
Yeah.
And so that's where I would have actually spent some time. Like if I was serious about it, I would have had a Kestrel in the pocket for the 3 weeks afterwards to sort of really gauge myself on that.
Wind is always a tricky thing, isn't it?
It is.
It's very experience based. So you got to get out there and experience. You can't really dry fire wind at home.
No.
Yeah.
Well, yes and no. I mean, that's. I'm sure we've talked about it before, but one of the things that I've seen work most successfully is guys keeping Kestrels on them.
Yes. Yep.
And every, multiple times a day, 10 times a day, look around, go outside, look around and be like, I think it's probably 8 mile an hour. Pull the thing out, it's 3 mile an hour. And they go, okay, cool. All right, well, I was wrong. Great.
Yep.
And then they do it again an hour and a half later, and they're like, all right, well, based on what I saw before and based on now, I reckon it's probably 3 mile an hour. They pulled it out and it was 4. Yeah.
I've thought about doing that once or twice before, and I think the only issue I had was depending on where you are or where you're working. If you're out in an open field paddock, yep, fine, where you can see the environments. But if you're like in suburbia or surrounded by houses or buildings where you're going to have, different wind patterns and the wind getting affected, if you're looking up the trees at the top of the street, it's going to be very different to the wind you're actually getting where you are. So
It is.
So if you were going to do that, I'd probably almost close my eyes and feel how the wind feels right here, and then have the Kestrel right next to me.
But seeing that, like you're talking about, like a bit of a false reading. So you're looking
Yeah.
up and the tree's blowing like crazy,
Yeah.
and then you're making the call for where you are. That is
Similar, I guess, to
that is
what
actually useful data, because you're like, all right, it looks like way worse up there, but down here, close to the ground, it's not as bad. And so, hello. So you find that, I might need some of that. Actually, I'm going to do a sub in. I had a soda water somewhere.
Oh.
There we go. We're out of gin. And so now I can't open this because I've got slimy hands from the bottle. Open that with your non-slimy hands.
Oh,
It took some effort with your busted appendix.
it's the lemon myrtle.
It probably is, actually. That makes a lot of sense. You're still obtaining data, and that's you see stuff, and you're like, why is that? Like, why is it really blowing up there? And it will make you ask questions of like, you look at your environment. Yes, you get to know your environment better, and you can actually apply those sort of understandings, better. So I would actually sort of counter that and saying, actually, out in a field is probably more reflective of what you find on the range, but those nuances of what the wind does in different environments is still true.
Yeah. No, you are right. I remember Carla's King of the Hill match. On that range there, it could be a little bit misleading, the wind pattern there. They had trees on either side, and it looked like it could be blowing a gale. Other way around. It was relatively calm, but there was a gap. Halfway down the range, there was a gap in between the tree lines. And through that gap, it is like hurricane winds, but the trees don't really reflect that. And
Gotcha.
there's other, you're right. There are other signs that you can pick up on rather than just feel. Yeah.
And I think if you're doing that multiple times a day, you start really, really calibrating yourself. So that's where I would have spent some time. I think if I was in the lead up to the finale, that's where I would have picked up some points. Although Little River is very difficult on wind, but that's perhaps would have gone over there for one of their club matches as well. Maybe really trying to delve into it.
Yep.
So that's probably what I would have tried.
Yeah, I was hoping to try and get into dry fire, definitely at home.
Is this the list of regrets? Are you starting to put the list of excuses together? I had an appendix out, and then I was like hoping to get into dry fire. My house burnt down.
Couldn't pick up the rifle. Yeah,
I can't lift the rifle anymore.
I had OnlyFans accounts. I had to
to run
product.
Try, and then I didn't have I can't, like, the gun I can pick up, but I can't pick it up with a scope on, so I have to shoot open sights now.
I bought a new scale and it wasn't calibrated. So
all these challenges.
All that sort of stuff.
Yep. All right. Sweet. My pants don't have pockets, so I couldn't do the Kestrel thing.
Right.
All of the excuses.
All the excuses. All right.
I better write these down.
I think so.
But I was planning, like, if I could, and I might still do some of it, But yeah,
Thinking about it, I don't know if it's worth it.
but
Yeah.
there is stuff I can still do, which will help me in the long run.
What would be the most significant thing? What's the biggest area that Andy Little, if you Google him up, where's the biggest area that he struggles in?
So I find knowing and memorizing data throughout a stage.
Okay.
So especially on like those sort of troop line stages, or where you might have a stage with lots of different targets or lots of either holdovers or dials, like memorizing your data. So for example, like troop lines, I always have my data written on my little card. I take a shot and I look up, and then I look at my scope and I look up again, and then I'm looking in the reticle going counting. Look, is that right? Okay, yeah, take the shot. No, it wasn't right. And so I tend to lose a lot of time going between my data and then referencing my reticle, and vice, like just confirming with myself that, yeah, I'm on the right target. I have got the right data. What's that look like on the reticle, and what wind am I going to hold? And I do that on the stage instead of before the stage.
Gotcha.
So I think something I could probably do before a match or the night before or whatever, is have a printout of my reticle. I've thought about doing this a few times. Have little printout of my reticle.
Wait. Is this going to turn into? So you thought about doing this a lot of times.
I didn't do
Are
it.
you going to commit to doing this? Is this a live? Maybe. All right. Well, explain the rest of the plan, and then we're going to hold you to this.
Well, pretty much have either a printout or just a photo of your reticle, and really get to understand your reticle and what it looks like. And then maybe read through some old match books or something, write down your data, and then go, okay, 1.2, look at your reticle there. 2.3, look at your reticle there. And just sort of get to familiarise yourself what your reticle looks like, and just maybe put in some false win values, so it makes you think about, I think just getting familiar with your holdovers and things like that will definitely speed you up on those stages with troop lines and different targets.
Good. That's a good practical way of doing things.
And like you can just do that in like, obviously you don't need to be outside, don't need to have your firearm or anything like that.
Yeah. Just do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just.
And are you going to do this before the finale?
Well, do I need to? I mean, I might just take it easy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're at the finale and you see Andy
Friday night, I'll be.
You'll be like, "Hey, Andy, how'd you go with your data reticle thing?
What
Did
data
you do
reticle thing?
All right.
Yeah.
So I want someone to harass you about that and make sure you've done it. But if you haven't done it Friday night, you better have done it Saturday night.
Why?
The finale's 2 days, mate.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. But
I'm giving you an opportunity to sort of make good on it.
But that's yeah.
Oh, the first time around.
Yeah. It's one of those things I've gone like, I should just sit down for a night and just do that, like sitting on the couch. And also just memorizing like some decent data, just knowing that, okay, 200 meters is like 0.6, 250 meters
is it?
I don't know. 250 meters might be 0.8, or 300 meters might be 1.2, and just memorize those values.
Yeah.
Because I find that a lot of the ranges we go to, their targets are very similar to them. So if you know that you're within the ballpark, you can be like, 250 meter target, yep, should be this.
There is an element of that though that I think is also strategic from a point of like knowing if it's off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Because sometimes you've had this where you put your data in or whatever it is, or you've written the number wrong, or you're like, get down behind the thing and you're like 1.7. And it is 1.2. You've just bumped the whiteboard thing with it, and you've got 1.7 or something like that. And there's an element of like, while you may not be able to perfectly remember all the data for all the ranges, which is unlikely, you also can get if you know that you drop at 300 meters is 1 mil, and then it's, you're at 340 meters and it's telling you 1.7, you're like, it doesn't quite
definitely
line up. There's probably an element there that there's an inherent sort of cross-checking of like,
Yep.
I know that this is all my data through here and this one seems about right. So we're probably in the ballpark. Or if you're like, oh, wow, I've got my zero set wrong, or I'm in the wrong profile for my gun, or whatever it might be. Oh, that's happened to you, has it?
Yes.
All right, tell me more.
Yes, that exact same thing. Got the Kestrel out for the match, and I think it might have been Mildura, and we had those 600 meter targets, or there was a long range target, about 500, 600 meters, And I dialed up and I was like, doesn't seem right. Like, I think it was like 3.8 or 3.9 mils.
Mm.
And it's like, nah, I know my 6 mil is like max 3 mils only.
Yeah.
6 mil rifle is a max 3 mil hold only.
Yeah.
Turns out I was in my 223 profile. And it's like, oh, there
How
we
do we
go.
do it?
I may have done that with a 300 Win Mag and a 308, but anyway, we'll
Right.
we'll move on. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, good luck at the finale with
Oh.
your busted whatever you've got busted.
Oh, I don't. It's not anymore. It's
Well,
out.
Yeah, but all your
it's
stitches,
recovery
and all your bits
and-
and
yeah.
pieces. So take it easy.
Will do.
Enjoy it, and we'll see you over there, no doubt. And good luck, and we look forward to catching up afterwards and
Cheers.
hearing how you go. Good luck with
Yeah.
all the photos, Josh.
Thank you.
And
Be good.
hope to see all of you guys at the finale if you get a chance to go along. Even the spectators drop in, and all the best.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Let's go to the finale. See ya.